Okay, fine, perfect. So, good morning, everyone. So this is the like slide. I think we have discussed till here. Okay, so you might be thinking like why I started suddenly the concepts of a structured data, unstructured data, cloud, data lake, and all those things. Because the thing is nowadays the technology landscape of ETL is changing. So now apart from structured data, you should know unstructured data as well. Okay, because nowadays interviewers they're asking questions based on that as well. Okay, especially to that those who have experience, not to the freshers. So that is why, guy, you should know all those concepts. So Imran, that's why day before yesterday we have discussed about that structured and unstructured data, difference between structured and unstructured data lake, and all those things. So go through that. If any confusion, anything, we can discuss. Okay, and. Save application, leave this one. This is okay. Yeah. So till here we have discussed in the last class, and anything you can ask me. Okay. So now this is the transformation. Is my screen visible? I think the font is too small. Is it visible now? Can anyone please confirm? Is it visible? I'm audible. I think I'm not audible. Hello.
Yeah, just
Uh,
what
okay, fine. Let me zoom it a little bit more. Now, I hope this is visible now.
yes,
Okay, so here we are discussing about the transformations. Okay, so try to understand it. Okay, so the first thing I have mentioned that in the staging area, the raw data undergoes data processing. Okay, now try to understand what is raw data. The data what we are getting from the source team. Okay, that is the raw data. Why? Because that is as is data, means what all transactions has happened, you got that data. You have not done any data cleansing activity, you have not done any data mining activity, nothing you have done. Just the source team has sent and you have loaded that in the staging area. That is why the data which is received from the source team is known as raw data. Okay, so that data, once you will receive in the staging area, then you will start your data processing activity. Here, the data is transformed and consolidated for its intended analytical use case. This phase can involve the following task. Yeah, we will come to that. So the data what you're getting or receiving in that source file, and when you're loading into the staging area, that is known as raw data. And then on top of that, your data completeness, your data quality, and all the other rules what we have discussed, like duplicate checks, mandatory checks, constraint checks, that will start on top of that. Okay. The next is like filtering, cleansing, deduplication, validating, and authenticating the data. So once you have received the data in staging area, then these are some of the very common transformation activity which you will perform. Filtering the data. What is filtering the data? Okay. Suppose the data what you're getting from source team. Okay. And that data is giving information about some of the customers who are not with our business. Okay, so those who are not with our business. So in that case, what we'll do, we will filter out those data that, okay, fine, these all clients or these all customers are no more our customers. You will filter those data. Okay. And then similarly, you have a data cleansing activity. What is data cleansing activity? Like removing a duplicate records, removing the junk records. Okay. Or removing the data which is not having some information. Like you got the information I have shown you in that file, that you got the information of cost, tax, and all those things. But suppose the act, okay, let me open that. So, this is the one here. So suppose like this is the file what you have received. Okay, this is the file which you have. Suppose take an example, or else take this one. What is it? Cost. Suppose this is the data you have, okay, and for a particularly the profit information is missing. For a sports item, this profit information is missing. So what will happen? You will not load this particular data because the profit information is missing. So it will not be shown on the report. Okay. So that is what, if some information is missing, so you have to cleanse it, means you have to remove that data. Okay. So you have to load from a staging, you have to apply all these logics that only good data should be loaded further. Okay. Then deduplication is there, validating and authenticating the data. So these are few of the checks what you have to apply, what you have to do once the data has been loaded in a staging area. Now coming to deduplication, what is deduplication? Deduplication is like sometime the same data will be sent by two sources. Okay, same data will be sent by the two sources. I will give you an example here. Suppose this is the Delhi restaurant. Okay, and you have this date column, then you have cost, profit, tax. Suppose this was 20 November 2020. Cost 100, 140, and then 20 rupees. Okay, and the same information you're getting daily from some other. Okay, so you have hired two managers. So manager one is sending this data, and manager two is sending this data. Okay, now you might be thinking that, Tanvir, why you want to send the same data from two managers? What is the reason? Any idea? Because the same data from the same restaurant, why I'm asking it from the two managers? What might be the reason for this? Any idea? See why this happens. So sometimes when you're working on a very critical project, okay, and the data are very sensitive, okay, and so in that cases, what you want the data should to be sent by two different sources or two different managers, so that you will be having more accuracy. Suppose here the numbers are same, so it means this is perfect. Okay, sometimes like your 10th class or 12th class answer sheet when you're giving a board examination. So I'm not sure if you know or not. So those papers are evaluated by two evaluators. Do you know this thing? And then they will do the average of the mass, and then that will be calculated. So similarly, if the numbers are correct, so it means this is fine. But if any of the number there's a mismatch, suppose this is 140 and this is 120 here. So you will start thinking that this is 140 and this is 120. So which is correct or which is incorrect? Okay, so maybe he would have done some mistake, or he would have done some mistake. So in this case, when there is a mismatch for the same data but coming from two different sources, coming from the same source but two different managers, so in that case you cannot load both the data. You cannot load this data and you cannot load this data as well. You have to load only one data. So now out of this manager one and manager two, then you will check with the source team that, okay, manager one has sent profit as 120 and manager two has sent profit as 140. Please check which one is correct. Okay. So if the source team will tell that, okay, 140 is correct, so you will load only this file. You will not load this file. Okay. Is this clear? You understood, guys, this concept? Please reply. Then I will understand you have understood or not. Otherwise, I have to proceed. Is this clear, or you want me to repeat? Guys, please reply. If you're not replying, how I will understand? You want me to repeat or understood?
Repeat once again.
Okay, fine. I'm repeating. See what happens. Sometime you are getting data from the same source, but from two different managers. Okay, so like in Delhi restaurant, I have manager one, and then I have manager two. Two different managers are there. Okay. Suppose this is Ramesh. Okay, and here's Suresh. Okay. So I have told both of them that by end of every day, you have to send me all the transactions. Okay. Now, first question, why I have hired two managers? What is the reason? Who will answer? Guys, come on, please reply.
Having two restaurants.
Sorry?
Having two restaurants. Or
No,
two
no,
shops.
restaurant is only one. Only one. Delhi restaurant, the only one restaurant. But to get that transaction data, I have had two managers. What is the reason? Who will tell?
In one, they have two different departments.
No, everything is same. Everything is same, Imran. See, why I have hired two managers is maybe sometime the Ramesh manager one, while sending this data, okay, maybe he can do some mistake, right? Because he is inserting the data manually. Do you agree or not? There are chances of mistake or not? Yes or no?
Yeah. Yes.
Okay. So that's why, and Ramesh has committed mistake many times. Okay. So that's why I thought I will hire one more manager with the name Suresh. Okay. And Suresh also has to do the same task what Ramesh is doing. Suresh will also give me this information, date, cost, profit, tax of what all transactions which has happened in Delhi restaurant. Is this clear? Why I have hired two
Clear.
managers? Is it clear? Ramesh and Suresh, what is the reason?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
For sending the data, correct or
Ha,
not? They check.
ha, correct. Suppose on 20 November 2020, Ramesh has sent me cost as 100, profit as 120, tax is 20. And Suresh has sent me cost as 100, profit 120, tax is 20. Tell me, both the data are same or different?
Same.
Same, correct? Okay, very good.
Yeah.
No confusion? Okay. Now, while loading this data in a stage table, what I will do? I will load both the data, this data and this data, both or only one data?
Only one data.
Only one data. Please make a note of this. You are getting two different files. One file is sent by Ramesh and one file is sent by Suresh. You should not load the data of both the files, otherwise that will be duplicate. You have to load any one file only.
Only
Okay.
one data.
Any one file only. Either load this data or load this data. Okay. But then why we are getting two data in two different files? Just to confirm, just to assure that the data what is sent by Ramesh or Suresh is in sync. They both are sending the correct data. Okay. Now suppose on 21st November 2020, he has sent data as cost is 100, profit is 140, and tax is 20.
And then how to know which file have to load? Some Suresh or Ramesh file?
I will come to that. Very good question. I will come to that. Just a minute. I will tell you that. There's a concept of priority. Okay, I will tell you that. Now, now, okay, first of all, let me answer the question what Suresh has told. So Suresh has asked that, okay, then you are telling that 20 November, the data which is sent by the Ramesh and data which is sent by Suresh, they both are same. But you are telling that now you have two files, but you should load data of one file only. Then which data I have to load? Shall I load the Ramesh data or I have to load the Suresh data? So whenever the data is exactly same, so then there is a concept of priority. Okay. Okay. So in priority, if you are giving more priority to Ramesh, so first Ramesh file will be picked and it will be loaded. Okay. That totally depends on the priority. If you are giving priority to Suresh, then first Suresh file will be picked and it will be loaded and Ramesh file will be ignored. So this will happen only when the data in both the files are exactly same. Is it clear? And this priority, you cannot set this priority. This has to be discussed with the business. They will tell you that which source you have to give more priority. Suppose if I trust more on Ramesh, so what I will tell? I will tell that, okay, first of all, pick the Ramesh file. Is it clear, Siraj?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now suppose the next, the 21st 1st November 2020. Cost is 100 and profit 140, taxes 20. But Suresh has sent this data. Now, first of all, tell me, these both data are same or different?
Different.
Different, right? You can see profit is different. Here profit is 140 and here profit is 130. They both are different. Now tell me which one is correct. Ramesh has sent profit as 140. Suresh has sent as 130. Which one is correct?
Both are correct.
Ramesh.
Both are correct. How is it possible that you can get the profit
Ramesh has
140, 130 a particular day? How? See, either 140 will be correct or 130 will be correct, right? No, because they
Yes.
both are giving different information, correct?
Yes.
Suppose
Yes.
cricket, there is a match between India and Australia. Okay, I will ask you that what is the score. You will tell that okay, India has scored 220. Siraj is telling India has scored 220. Now Imran is telling India has scored 210. So is it possible?
No. No.
Not possible. So either one of you is telling me incorrect score. Either Siraj is telling or Imran is telling. Correct? No. So similarly, Ramesh is telling that profit is 140. Correct? And Suresh is telling profit is 130. Now, one thing is damn sure that either of these two, someone is incorrect. First of all, is this clear or not?
Yes. Yes.
yeah,
Everyone, is this clear?
Yes.
clear.
Okay, now how to check who is correct and who is incorrect? How I can check that? I will connect with source team,
First thing.
correct? I will send him a
Yeah.
mail that okay, this is the problem on 21st November. Ramesh is telling that profit is 140 and Suresh is telling profit is 130. Then the source team has to confirm that which one is correct. Suppose the source team will tell that okay, Ramesh is correct, then you have to pick the Ramesh data. Okay, they will tell okay, Suresh is correct, then you have to pick the Suresh data. Okay, so this is known as deduplication. Deduplication. Why the name is duplication? Because you are getting duplicate data in this case. Data is duplicate, correct? And then you have to find out which one is more accurate. So this is a deduplication. So out of this two, you are removing one or you are keeping only one record. Is this clear or not?
Yes.
Clear.
Clear?
Clear.
Okay, fine. Now, moving to the next concept. This is what deduplication, validating and authenticating the data. Then performing calculations. Okay, now you know that if you're working in any project, the project specific calculations are there. You might remember we have discussed about calculating simple interest. You have the formula principal into rate into time. So that depends that which formula you are working on. So that calculation you have to check that that particular calculation is working correctly or not. Okay. And then summarization based on the data. This can include changing. These all things are there. So you have to do the transformation, business related transformation, conducting audits to ensure data quality and compliance. Yeah, you have to check your audit tables, okay, that the audit tables is giving correct information or not. Okay, and then apart from that, some regular audit happens. Suppose you are working in a project, okay, you have developer is there, tester is there, lead is there, program manager is there. So apart from that, what will happen, there's an audit team. Okay, in each and every organization they have an audit team. Okay, what audit team will do is their task is to check that each and every project they are following the protocols or not. What are the protocols? Like it's a generic protocol that you should not save your user ID password in the code. Okay, so these are the checks. Then the data must not be hard coded. Okay, and then where you are keeping your codes, someone is not keeping the codes in your local desktop. Okay, so like this some basic checks are there which they will check that okay, if this is happening in the project or not, or this is not happening in the project, like that. So audit team will take care that the rules and regulations in the project are followed strictly or not. It got is it clear? You understood this? Yes or no, guys?
Yeah.
Okay, And then the last is removing, encrypting, or protecting data governed by industry or government regulators. Yeah, there are few regulations of the government as well. Okay, then you have to take care of those things. Okay, suppose you are working on government data. Like that passport, Indian passport system. It was managed by TCS. I'm not sure if you guys know or not. Income tax portal. It was managed by Infosys. Then your IRCTC platform. Who is managing IRCTC platform? Any idea?
Oh,
TCS is managing your IRCTC, your railway ticketing platform. Okay, so in those cases, you have to follow the rules and regulations what is followed by government. Okay, you have to take care of those things. So these are few of that transformations or the basic checks when you are working on retail project. You should check all those things. Any question, guys, on this? Anything which you want me to repeat here? Yes or no?
oh.
Okay, now you have data cleansing activity. This is very common term in any ATL project. You will, if you will start working, and if you're working now, you will hear that, okay, data cleansing, how it is happening. Okay, or again in interviews, especially to freshers, interviewers, they used to ask this question: what is data cleansing? Data cleansing, as the name indicates, cleansing, it means you are cleaning something, correct? So what you're cleaning here, you are cleaning data. You are removing bad data, you are removing incorrect data, you are removing incomplete data. So that is data cleansing. See, cleansing is one thing and decoration is one thing. Please understand it. Okay, cleaning it one thing and decoration is one thing. Suppose you are shifted to a new house. Okay, so you are shifted to a new house, or yeah, so that new house, maybe some dust is there. Okay, so what you will do, first of all, you will clean the house, you will wash it, correct? No, so that you will do, you will remove if some garbage is there, some papers are there, or some old things which has been some old tenant while staying, he has left out. You will remove all those things. So that is known as cleaning activity, correct? And then what is decoration? Decoration means once you have shifted, then you will decorate your house, right? You will paint as per the color what you want. You will apply some lightning and some flowers, flower vase, and all those things, whatever you want, you will do all those things. So that is decoration. So once, first of all, when you have received data from the source team, then you will load data in the staging. Okay, and then you will apply some cleansing activity. What are the cleansing activity? You will remove the incomplete data. Okay, you will remove the bad data, incorrect data, deduplication. If any duplicate record, you will remove all these things. So this is the basic things what you're doing. This is not a data cleaning activity. Then on top of that, further you will apply some transformation logic. You will check SCD 1, SCD 2, SCD 3, soft delete is there or not. A business related calculation is perfectly correct, working correctly or not. Inclusion and exclusion rule is there or not. So these things are known as transformations. Okay, so this comes under data cleaning. That's why I mentioned the first thing is deduplication. Right now we have discussed about deduplication. Hope that is clear. And then missing mandatory column values. So if there is a mandatory column, okay, and that value is missing, so you should check that if that value is missing, you have to check with the sourcing why this value is missing. You might remember that right now I have shown you this example. Suppose you are getting this data, and suppose on a particular day, take example, on 22nd November 2022, okay, they are giving you this data, but they forgot to send you profit. What you will do, guys? Here they forgot to send you profit. What you will do? Come on, guys, please speak.
We'll go back to store.
You will check with the source team, or you will directly load this data? Tell me.
No, we'll check.
Check
with
with source team.
You will check with the source team. So this is like incomplete data, correct? This is incomplete data. So this is the example of incomplete data. And suppose next day, 23rd November, what happened? You got cost as 190 and profit is 10 and tax is 30. Now tell me what is the problem in this data? Here, what is the problem in this data? Profit, correct? you will start thinking that how is it possible that earlier the profit was like 120, 130, 140. Suddenly how it reduced. Correct? No. You
Yeah.
will start thinking that how it is reduced. Maybe that on a particular day, no customer was there, lockdown was there or something. That's an exceptional scenario. But what you will do? You will load this data.
No, we'll go back to source team and confirm.
Correct. You will check with the source team that, okay, it seems the data is not correct because this is not in sync with that earlier profit what I was getting. So this is like incomplete data. Sorry, incorrect data. Okay, data, it seems like this is not correct. So these are some of the basic checks what you have to perform. So, okay, missing mandatory column values. Okay, missing business related values such as number of shares, price per share, buy or sell, transaction type. So that's what I have discussed here. That suppose if this value is missing, so you have to check. So these are the basic things before loading data you have to do. And that is why ATL is a complicated project. Okay. And that is why you know, like if someone is working in any other testing portfolio, they will not hire in ATL. Okay. Because they know that ATL is like, you should know each and everything, because this is like a very minute testing. You should know the importance of data. You should know that what all areas you have to test. This is very, very important, because if there is a mistake in a particular data, the entire report will be wrong, because like everything is working on calculations. Correct? No, like in calculations, even if one particular variable is incorrect, so the entire data will be incorrect. So that is why ATL testing means it's like something complicated testing. You should know that all these things, what all scenarios can happen. Okay, in interviews, they will ask this kind of questions that, okay, if the data is not complete, what you will do? Tell me the scenarios, all the scenarios. Okay. Fine. Next is data threshold limit. What is data threshold limit? Any idea? We have discussed this. I have given this name as data variance limit, threshold limit. What was that? Anyone who remember? No. Okay. Okay. Suppose, take this example. Okay, fine. Now, suppose I have received this data. How many records are there in this file? 5 records. Correct? Okay. And out of this 5, how many records you think the data is not correct?
2 data.
2 records.
22.
Correct?
Yeah.
Correct. No, in these 2
21.
records, correct. No, in these 2 records, you have a not this. Oh, sorry. This
No,
2.
no.
No. This 2, right?
22, 23.
22 and 23. Very good. Good catch. So in this record, you have a confusion the data is correct or incorrect. Correct. So total record, how much you have received? Total records.
5.
Received. How much?
5 records.
5. Okay. Incomplete
2.
or incorrect records is how much? How many records are there?
2
Incomplete.
records.
2 records. Okay. Now, good data or good records, 3. Correct.
3. Yeah.
If I will ask you that percentage incomplete
20%.
records, so it's like 2 into 100 divided by 5. Correct? How much? 40% data is incorrect. 40% data is incorrect. Okay. Now in your project, the threshold is suppose 10%. Threshold is how much? 10%. So what is the meaning of this? That if less than 10% of the data is incorrect or incomplete, then I don't have any issue. Please load the file. But if more than 10% of the data is incorrect, please don't load the file. Okay. So here, what percentage data is incorrect? 40%. Correct, no?
40%.
40%. Tell me, shall I load the file or I don't have to load the file? What shall I do?
Not load
You
that file.
don't file. You don't load the file.
Don't load the file because already it has been discussed that only 10% we can manage. But now the incomplete data is more than 10%. So it is crossing the limit. So that's why you have to reject this file. You cannot load this file. Okay, that is why it is data threshold limit. You have to check. These are the basic checks what you have to do in the staging. Okay, any question on these 4 points? Anyone who wants to repeat anything?
No.
No. Okay. I'm not sure you guys are not understanding or you're feeling shy in asking question, but please ask questions. Then only you will get benefited. The last batch, they used to ask a lot of questions. You know, the current SQL batch, I think Imran is there in that batch. So that batch is running, I think this week will be the 4th week. Correct, Imran? I think this will be the 4th week. But still that batch
Yes,
is
sir.
running. Okay, you know what? Generally, my SQL batch goes for 3 weeks hardly. Okay, 3 week or 4 week it will be over. But this time it will go for 5 weeks because I have to take next week as well. And you know what is the reason? Because in that batch they are asking questions. They have many scenarios, and I'm also happy. I don't have any concern. Many new things, new concepts are coming out of my brain because they are asking those questions. Okay. So if you guys are not asking questions, if you guys are not interactive, ultimately you will be in loss. Okay, to be frank. That's the thing. If you're not understanding, please ask questions. Please come up with some other scenarios that okay, Tanvir, if this will happen, that what will happen? If this is a scenario, then what will happen? How we will handle it? Because you have to work in live project. And ATL is like it's a multi-dimensional. You have to think from multiple perspective. That okay, if this is the data, what I have to do? And nowadays in organizations in MNCs, they're looking for individual contributor. Means if you are hired, they are expecting your manager is expecting that okay, he will start working from day one. No one is going to help you. Okay, that tendency is no more in the IT industry now. So that is what you should know each and everything. Okay. So guys, please make the session interactive and ask questions. Okay. And I'm telling all these things for your benefit only. I don't have any concern. I will finish the topics as early as possible and I will be free. I will start the other batch. Okay, perfect. So manual adjustment is one of the techniques used by business users as part of data cleansing activities. Now, what is manual adjustment? Try to understand. It's again very, very common terminology used in the ATL industry. Okay, what is manual adjustment? Any idea what is manual adjustment? Anyone who knows this?
No.
Okay, no problem. Try to understand what is manual adjustment. Take the example of this one, this particular scenario. The profit was missing here, no? On 22nd November 2020, the profit was missing. So I will check with the source team. I will tell that, okay, this profit is missing. So what they will tell? They will tell, okay, fine, okay, this is missing. Do one thing, mark the profit as 130. Okay, what they are telling, mark the profit as 130. So, but the ideal scenario is they should send this file. They should rectify it and send this file. But sometimes they will tell you that, okay, mark it as 130. So you have that file and you can mark 130 in this. So this is known as manual adjustment from our side, from technical end side. Okay. But sometimes what will happen? They will fix it. Okay. They will mark here 130. They will enter 130 and they will send the file again. Okay. This is also known as manual adjustment. Is this clear? Because manually you are adjusting the number. Is it clear or not?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, clear.
This is one scenario. Second scenario, which is more important. Please listen very, very carefully. Okay. You have loaded data in the staging, then everything is fine. You have loaded in integration layer and access layer, everything is fine. Finally, what you will do? You will show these numbers on reports. Correct. That is the main thing, no, in any ETL project, showing numbers on the reports. You have displayed number on the report. Okay. And on the report, you are showing that for the month of November 2020, total profit is 10,000, 11,000 rupees. Okay, you are showing on the report the total profit is 11,000 rupees. Is it clear? Correct? Okay. Now, this is coming on your OBI report. You have your OBI, Oracle Business Intelligence is a platform on which you can get this number. This is the number on your OBI report. Okay. Then you contacted your business stakeholders and you told them that, okay, for November 2020, the total profit is 11,000 rupees. Okay. And your business stakeholders, okay, they also have a report because they used to generate reports earlier. They have done their own calculation because that most of the business analysts or the business stakeholders, they will do all the calculations using macros in Excel sheet, if you know or not. So they will do all those things on an Excel. And because of this hectic job of doing all these calculations in Excel, they are going for RTL project just because everything will be automated. And they saw that, okay, as per their calculation, the profit is 11,200 rupees. Correct? And how much profit you are showing on report? 11,000. But the business stakeholders, they have done some calculation. The profit is 11,200. Tell me, these both are same number or different number?
Different number.
Different numbers. So what to do now? What you will tell? You will tell to the business stakeholders that your number is incorrect. My number is correct, right?
Yeah.
Yes, and they will agree that, okay, fine. Your number is correct.
No.
No, it doesn't goes like that. Okay, if there is a mismatch, no. So the business stakeholders will tell you that, okay, please check the number. Okay, then you will check all your calculations again. Okay, the data which is sent by the source team, each and everything you will check. Still, if it is coming 11,000, okay, what you will do? You will tell the business stakeholder that still it is coming 11,000. Okay. Now the business stakeholders, what they will do? They will check their numbers. Okay, and then they will check with the source data. What are the source? Because if your logic is, they see, generally if the numbers are incorrect on the report, there are two reasons. The first reason is maybe the coding which has been done, that is incorrect. Okay, the first reason. The second reason is the data which was sent by the source team, that is incorrect. These two are the main reasons. Okay. So you have checked the coding part, everything is correct. You will tell to the business stakeholders that coding is correct. What to do now? So they will check the source file. Business stakeholders will check the source file. And suppose in the source file, they observe that the cost information which was sent to us is incorrect. Suppose the cost information which was sent to us is incorrect. Then they will modify it. They will change the cost. Okay, manually. So that is, they will change the cost and then they will send you data again. So that is known as manual adjustment in order to match these numbers. Okay. And then after changing this cost, you will get a new set of source files. Again, you have to load the data. Again, you have to do the testing of entire things. And then you have to check the profit again. So maybe this time profit will come close to, or maybe it is like 190, something like that. Now this is very close number. So maybe if they think that, okay, this is close number, only difference of 10 is there, they will ignore this. Okay. So this is one of the important aspect of manual adjustment. Is it clear? Any question?
Yes. No.
Okay.
It's clear.
Okay, very good. Very good. Moving to the next thing, business intelligence. Okay, business intelligence. How many of you have heard this term, business intelligence? Anyone who has heard?
Yeah.
Okay. So business intelligence is a very simple thing here. This is like the data, what all things you are doing in ETL. The main thing is like you want to show the numbers on the report. So business should make some understanding how the business is performing. So that is what, giving some intelligence to the business stakeholders about their business, how it is performing. That is known as business intelligence. What all things you are doing in ETL, playing with the data, cleaning the data, applying transformation logics, all these things you are doing. But why you are doing all these things? So that you can show some good numbers on the report, and that can help the business stakeholders to understand how their business is performing. It's a branch of data warehousing designed for decision making. So based on the reports, based on the profit number, sales number, cost number, The business stakeholders, they can make some decision that, okay, we have to change the policy or what we have to do. It plays a major role by analyzing the data. So that will help them to analyze the data and presenting it to the business. So that is the main purpose of any ETL project. Any question on this? No? Okay, if no, then moving to the next one, OLAP. This is very famous. This is known as online analytical processing. Okay, online analytical processing, analyzing the historical data recommendation engine. This is like this is used to analyze the historical data. Okay, analyzing the historical data. Suppose if in your database you have loaded the data of last 10 years. Okay, so that is known as OLAP system because you are loading the historical data. So why we are loading the historical data is from the historical data you can create a trend. Okay, that for the last 5 years, how was the profit, whether the profit has increased for the last 5 years or not, it has decreased or not, or what has happened. That helps you to make some analysis. Your recommendation engine. If you are purchasing something on Flipkart or Amazon, you will see at the bottom that they will recommend you something that, okay, you can buy this as well. How that is happening? Because they are monitoring your search history or they are monitoring your transaction history. And based on that here, they are recommending you. Okay, or take the example of YouTube. On YouTube, you are getting the video suggestions, right? How it is happening? They're analyzing your watch history and all those things. Correct? If yeah, any question?
Yeah. What is the search history?
Search history, yeah, correct. So from that, someone is interested in politics. So you will see that on YouTube, they will get the political related data. So what is happening? They're analyzing your historical data, correct? So whenever you are having any historical data and you are analyzing that to create a trend to understand that how the business or how the user is purchasing, what is happening, that is known as OLAP system, on an online analytical processing, because we are analyzing that. Okay. And then you have OLTP, online transactional processing. Okay, online transactional processing is like immediate, like you are doing transaction on an ATM, correct? Immediately you will see, you will get a slip, correct? And that slip they will mention that how much balance is there, how much you have withdrawn, and all those informations are correct. So that is OLTP system, online transactional processing. So immediately things are happening. This is like day-to-day transaction data of an organization. Online booking, this also comes on OLTP. Okay. Now, if I will ask you your e-commerce site, Amazon and Flipkart, they works on OLTP or OLAP?
LAP and LTP.
OLAP and OLTP both. But okay, okay, I'm giving you an example. Okay, you went to suppose you went to Reliance Trends, okay, and you have bought something for 4,000 rupees. Okay.
Yeah.
And immediately you have made the payment. Guys, I'm getting some noise. My request, those who are speaking, please go on mute. Okay, you have made a purchase of 4,000 rupees. Okay, and then immediately you got a message on your mobile that, okay, you have made a transaction of 4,000 rupees. So if you are making a transaction of 2,000 rupees more, then you will get a reward of 250 rupees discount. Okay, fine. Now tell me, is this OLAP or OLTP?
OLTP.
OLTP, very good, because immediately they have processed your data that, okay, this particular user has bought something for 4,000 rupees. So let us give him some more offer so that he will do transaction again. This is OLTP, correct? Is this clear?
Yes.
Okay, fine. Now you got an email. Okay, you got an email from Citibank. You got an email from Citibank, and they are giving you a credit card that, okay, based on your credit score, we are giving you a free lifetime credit card. Now tell me, is this OLTP or OLAP?
LAP.
OLAP, because they are analyzing your previous historical data that, okay, he has credit card of other banks as well, and he is making the payment on time. That's why your credit score is better. And then after doing all this analysis, they're giving you lifetime free credit card. So is this clear, OLAP and OLTP, guys? Anyone? Any question here? Any question? No question. Okay. So this is OLAP and OLTP. OLTP database, that transactions data will be there. You can see transactions data will be there. So operations, what all operations are happening in business. So daily transactions will be stored in OLTP. But in OLAP, all the historical data, your data warehousing will become under OLAP. But database will come under OLTP. Data mining, data analysis, big data, all these things comes under the bucket of OLAP because here you are analyzing the data. These are few of the differences of OLAP and OLTP. Let's go one by one. OLAP consists of historical data from various databases. Hope this is clear. We have discussed this point. Consists only operational or current data. OLTP is like current data. Okay, the data which has happened, which has processed immediately. It is subject oriented, used for data mining, analytics, decision. Correct, because you're storing the historical data for making some decision, doing some analysis. It is application oriented, used for business tasks. This is application oriented. Immediately you will get some response that okay, what has happened, how much transaction has happened today. So for immediate use, this OLTP is used and this will process the data on real time. The data in use is in planning, problem solving, and decision. I say again same point. So here data what we are using is for planning. You can make some plan for the last 2 years data you are analyzing, and from that you can make a plan that okay, we should change some business policy or whatever. So you can do some analysis because you have you have data of the last 10 years, 5 years, 15 years. Data is used to perform day-to-day fundamental operations. Okay, so this is for day-to-day operations. It reveals a snapshot of present business tasks. It provides a multi-dimensional view of different business tasks. Okay, this is like a snapshot. This will just to give you a high-level picture that how the business is performing. But here you are getting data at a more grain. Okay, like you can get the information that you can see data from multiple dimensions. Like suppose if you are handling the database of Reliance Trends. So you can make an analysis that okay, how many customers has visited today? Out of them, how many of them were male and how many of them were female? How many of them were of this age group? Okay. What was their profession? Sometimes you will get the information about this. So you can slice and dice the data. You can get multiple dimensions. Okay. Large amount of data is stored. Yeah, this is OLAP and historical data. So large amount of data will be there in terabytes or petabytes. But here it is less, maybe in megabytes or gigabytes. Any questions on this slide, guys? Please let me know if you want me to repeat any particular point here.
No.
Simple?
Yes.
Okay. So again, in OLAP, relatively slow as the amount of data involved is large. Yeah. So here data is very large. Millions of records are there. So this will be a little bit slow, but here, this will be fast because you don't have much data. It only need backup from time to time as compared to OLTP. Yeah, here time to time you have to take backup. It is not like immediately at every hour you have to take backup. No, time to time, because this is historical data. You cannot take backup at every day or at each and every hour. Okay, but here backup has to be done immediately at each and every hour like that. That should be very quick process. This data is generally managed by CEO, MD, and GM. These are the very big shot guys. So they will see the analytical data and they will do some analysis based on that because they are the one who are making policies. So they will analyze the data and they will make some new policies or rules and regulations. This data is managed by clerks or managers. I think this point is clear. So they will manage this data. Only read and rarely write operation. Here we are not changing the data because this is historical data. This will be only loaded. You're not going to change the data or write the data or edit the data because this is historical data. Here you are doing both the read and write operations. Like here I will show the example. This example what you are doing. So this is like OLTP system, correct? Immediate data you are loading. So here if you will see that okay, this data is not correct, you can modify, you can edit it immediately. But suppose if this data is of 2005. So, and if this number is missing, even if this is missing, you will leave it because you know that this is 2005, 15 years back. If one record is missing, that's not a problem. Okay, is that clear? So no write operations happened here, only read operations. Okay. So data warehouse, historical data means OLAP. Okay. And your transaction data means or real-time data means OLTP.
OLTP.
Okay, is this clear?
Yes.
Okay, and this acid property is maintained in this OLTP system. What is this acid property and normalization? We will see down the line. But just understand that if someone is asking you that, okay, in OLTP, acid property is followed in which one, OLTP or OLAP? So we will follow this in OLTP. Because OLAP, nothing you have to follow. It's like a bulk data and you are just dumping it down. Okay, hope this is clear.
Yes.
Okay. Okay, fine. Then we have concept of database, data warehouse. So I think this will take time. We will cover this tomorrow. Meanwhile, any other question, guys, please tell me. No? So
No.
if no, then please, I will share the recording for today's session. Please go through that and let me know if you have any questions. Okay, and we can discuss. Today is Wednesday, right? So I will
Yes.
try to finish in another 2 days because most of the slides in this we have covered like control and all those things. I'll try to cover, but still if it takes time, we will continue the next week. Okay. Fine then. Go through the recordings and let me know if you have any clarification. Okay. Fine. Thank you guys. Thank you everyone. Take care. Bye.